Okay, so The Karate Kid came out in 1984. The music is good. It's a 1980s movie. The movie was filmed in 1983, and the movie was released in 1984. We have Ralph Macchio. Ralph Macchio was 22 years old when he filmed the movie in 1983, and when the movie came out in 1984, he was 23 years old. Now now he was in his 20s. This was a teen movie, and back in the 1980s, they would hire people in their 20s and 30s to play teenagers. So he was 22 years old in his early 20s, a college graduate, and he was playing a 15, 16-year-old when he was 22 years old. That's amazing. I mean, people know him because his boyish looks, his high-pitched voice. He looked way younger than his age. Most people who are 22 have facial hair, they have beards and deep voices. He was 22 years old. He stood like he was 15 when he was 22. He could pass for a 16-year-old when he was 22 because he had a high voice. He looked young. So he looked about 15, 16, up into his 30s. Now, the movie is really good. We have Daniel LaRusso. Daniel is a whiny, aggressive, angry 15-year-old boy. He doesn't have a driver's license. Of course, not no permit. He doesn't have a father. His father died. So it's just him and his mom. And the movie starts off when they're driving a car. The car breaks down. They have problems with their car. I mean, they're moved from Newark to a rich place to the suburbs, and he ends up meeting Allie, a rich girl, and basically he meets a couple of guys. He meets some new friends, and then they go to the beach and they play volleyball, and then he meets a white girl named Allie. Daniel is an Italian person, an Italian boy, but anyway, he meets Allie. Her boyfriend gets jealous. He sees her, and Daniel and Allie start talking at the beach, and they're having a good time kicking the volleyball. Her boyfriend, he sees them on a motorcycle, and he starts to pick a fight with Daniel, and that's how stuff gets started. They start bullying Daniel throughout the whole movie, and then eventually Daniel is riding a bike, and he gets beat up while he's riding the bike with a couple of guys on the bike, dirt bikes. And he makes friends with an Asian guy named Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi is a little 5 foot tall Asian guy. And him and Daniel get close and teaches Daniel how to defend himself against bullies. And Daniel is shy, quiet, kind of spoiled, but he doesn't have any confidence in himself, and he can't fight. And he's an easy target. He's very friendly. He's not a bad person. He's a good kid, good heart, But Mr. Miyagi sees the goodness in Daniel. He wants to teach Daniel how to defend himself against bullies. So they do. We meet John Kreese. John Kreese is a nutcase. He's a Vietnam guy. He was from he's a Vietnam person. He's tall. He's mean. He's angry. And he teaches his students how to beat up people, and he's very abusive to his students in karate. At first, Daniel wants to is thinking about joining with him, the dojo, but he decides to just stay with Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi tells Kreese that his student should not beat up on his student, on Daniel, leave him alone. They start a tournament, and then by the end of and then also Allie finds out that Daniel was poor, and Daniel is self-loathing the whole movie. He's whining. He starts a lot of trouble in the movie too. So it's a very complicated movie, but it's a very good 80s movie. There's a turn. He actually starts dating Allie. She's rich. He's poor, and he feels like she can do better than him. That she's only dating him because she feels sorry for him, but that's not true. She's dating him because she likes his personality. He's a nice person. He has a good heart. Her parents don't like him too much, but she doesn't care what people think. And then there's a tournament. Daniel gets an illegal kick to the knee. He's abused while he's playing karate. And by the end of the movie, he wins, and he wins a big old trophy. That's pretty much it. Mr. J here, peace.